Over the years, illicit financial flows and other corrupt practices in Nigeria have been a major Herculean task for the Nigerian government to surmount. Nigeria is one of the 5 African countries that is badly affected by illicit financial flows. It is estimated that the nation loses between $15 billion to $18 billion every year in such flows, with Nigeria's foreign reserves under huge pressure. According to the United Nations report, $1 trillion is paid yearly on bribes, while an estimated $2.6 trillion are stolen annually through corruption, a sum equivalent to more than 5% of the global GDP. Another report by the Transparency International on Corruption Perception Index in 2019 shows that Nigeria ranked 146th out of 180 countries. The country is also the 14th most vulnerable nation out of 125 countries on the 2020 Basel Anti-Money Laundering Index. Undoubtedly, corruption in Nigeria has marred the efforts of the government on infrastructural development in critical sectors of the economy.
If I make a way with public funds amounting to 10 billion, 20 billion, and I'm allowed to keep that money for 10 years, such money, if kept in the bank, must have attracted interest. I must have done business with government money. So even eventually, if the court says, return the money, you understand? It will not be return the money along with the profit that has accrued to it. So people do business with stolen money, and the arm of the law, the arm of the law does not grind fast enough. It leaves people latitude to plan or to make away with money and to use those money. And sometimes we sit down and think that when you delay justice along this line, what you are trying to do is you are sending wrong signals.
It is a known fact that illicit financial flows and other corrupt practices in Nigeria has reduced incentives for investment and has also created a questionable approach to issues of economic and political magnitude. This menace is also responsible for political instability, terrorism and insurgency, widespread poverty, as well as administrative inefficiency.
Some people steal this country's money, and at the end of the day, what you see is that they even make a way to heaven and leave a lot of fortune for their family. Because once the man at the center is dead, it becomes hard to retrieve this money. It becomes hard to recover this money. So, and we are saying that the arm of justice should not grind slowly in that. What EDA is really out to achieve is, one, to call the attention of government to it. 2, to call the attention of the public to it. 3, to ensure that the judiciary has a special program, has a special court that handles issues of people doing away with public funds.
Our topic for today is IFF. And does anyone know the meaning of the abbreviation? IFF in full is illicit financial flow. It's the portion of illicit finance that crosses borders or it's transferred out of a country. What did I say?
Illicit financial flow.
Good. In summary, IFF is the criminal money transfer that seeks to keep the action out of the books. So can you give me an example of IFFs? So let's have it. You are they.
When contractors give kickbacks to government representatives using offshore accounts.
Excellent. excellent example. Laraba, you have an example for us?
Yes, ma'am. When natural resources, especially oil and gas, bitumen and so on, are under invoice or over invoice.
That's correct. And if you see something, say something. Blow the whistle. ICPC, EFCC, CCB, FIRS, and the police are your partners on this one.
An estimated $10 to $18 billion is lost from Nigeria through illicit financial flow. It affects all of us. If you see something, say something.
Your payment does not tally with the tonnage. Your paper says 5 tons, and you are here with just money for 2 tons?
You should understand that this is how they help me here.
I don't get it.
I will pay the money into any account of your choice and we both win.
I know what you're doing, but if you've been doing it before, it must stop today. It is illegal.
We are just helping each other.
No! I am only going to help my country to prevent illicit financial flow.
Security!
$50 billion is lost to IFFs from Africa alone. Do you know that 1/3 of the funds we lose this way could have provided 635.18 kilometers of roads, 36 ultra-modern hospitals per state, educated 3,974 children from primary to tertiary level? It affects all of us. If you see something, say something.
Expectedly, Nigeria has overtaken India as the country with the highest number of extremely poor people, according to the 2018 report by Brookings Institute. Prior to this time, India was ranked higher as a country with extreme poverty, with a population of over 1 billion people as against Nigeria's 200 million people. The report indicated that the number of Nigerians in extreme poverty increased by 6 people every minute, while that of India continues to reduce.
Nigeria is a victim of illicit financial flows. A lot of bad things are happening in our economy, and it has many consequences. For example, illicit financial flows, has resulted in tax avoidance, tax evasion, profit shifting, base erosion, etc., etc. And that one has led to a lot of shortage of resources for the government to discharge its obligations. Again, illicit financial flows, which takes many forms, has resulted in arms trafficking, human trafficking, terrorism, violence, etc., etc. So illicit financial flows is a big problem, and we need to tackle it because it is shortchanging Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria has made some progress because the Vice President has formed what is called Interagency Task Team. The essence of that task team is to bring all stakeholders on a table so that we can look at how major government agencies can help in tackling illicit financial flow.
Madam Odudu, thank you for having us in your office. We would like to ask some questions about some transactions in your books.
Please go ahead.
In the last 6 quarters, it has recorded in your books that you didn't make a profit.
That is true. Things have been hard in this our industry. As you can see, I have lost weight.
I see, but for the past 2 fiscal years, the inflow and outflow of funds to these silent partners and clients have not reflected in your tax remittance. Can you clarify that?
You know how our industry works, eh? They are our silent partners and clients. You should understand.
Wow.
You can also become our silent partners. Nobody will ever know. Just tell the tax office that we didn't make profit this year, and your cool cash account in Luxembourg will be waiting for you.
I think you will explain how you have not been making money to them at FIRS when the time comes.
If you see something, say something. Blow the whistle against IFF, illicit financial flow.
We have evaluated the project and we can do it. Here are all our expenses. And Oga, we have put plenty something for you too. And we have even organized how it to enter your account without being traced to you.
And how would you do that? How?
Chairman, you're doing like home-based. There are many ways you can do it now. We can buy you small shares from many companies. Then we can recoup your money by selling the shares in trickles.
And how legal is that? How legal?
Chairman, we can even help you invest offshores in tax havens. We have people in Bermuda, British Virgin Islands that can handle that. Baba, nothing dey fair for here. Just sign the contracts for us and you are made nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
No. What you are proposing is illegal.
Leave my office before I call the EFCC.
An estimated $10 to $18 billion is lost from Nigeria through illicit financial flow. It affects all of us. If you see something, say something. Blow the whistle against IFF, illicit financial flow.
The fight against corruption has remained a complex phenomenon for decades and has become a global concern as it continues to undermine various socio-economic development programs put in place by the government. It is in view of the growing global concern on corruption that the Human and Environmental Development Agenda HEDA Resource Center has sustained its collaboration with local, international, and multilateral institutions with the aim to promote transparency, accountability, and responsiveness in governance. HEDA, a non-profit human rights and development organization, strives to shape the content and context of public policies and programs.
The idea of the compendium is to paint a clear picture of what is transpiring, you understand, as far as our drive or our efforts to retrieve stolen money through the courts.
Activities and projects that foster strategic partnership for the fight against corruption and other financial crimes are regularly carried out by HEDA. One of such projects is the launch of the compendium on the International Anti-Corruption Day. HEDA launched the first edition of the compendium of 100 high-profile cases in Nigeria on the 9th of December 2017 as part of their efforts to raise global awareness and to combat corruption in Nigeria.
When we say illicit financial flow, and from that trend, what we need to understand is the movement of dirty money. And by dirty money, what do I mean? Money or wealth made through corrupt practices, either stealing, over-invoicing, or all other untoward activities of perhaps international business organization that will lead eventually to leakage of valuable materials, valuable wealth. So here we go. What we are saying is that when we say illicit financial flow, we are talking of huge revenue that are supposed to be used for the development of a particular place and that is now finding its way across the border of the country. So we are talking of monies, we are talking of properties, we are talking of materials that belong to the government, but due to corrupt practices have found their way out of the shore of this country into some other countries whose law or whose circumstances allow the deposit of such funds.
It is also about exposing those destinations as being receptive to such toxic funds and then also holding them accountable with possible sanctions and penalties to be paid for that. And I think if we're able to deal with these among so many others.
Eluladi, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Let me go straight to the point. That your invoice for the integration is too small. I need you to mark it up. Mark it up by 400%.
Ah, sir, that is way above the price. Oh, I have added everything including tax and profits. Marking it up by 400% will be out of this world, sir.
It looks like you don't want to be rich. Is it your money? My boy, take the invoice all the way up. Mark it up.
No problem, sir.
Do whatever you like with the 100% of the markup and send the remaining 300% to my foreign account.
What if?
Don't what if anything. The account is all the way in Switzerland. Untraceable.
Chief wants to use us to launder money. Don't do it, oh.
It's IFF, Mr. Lodi. I don't want you to go to jail, oh.
Ah, Oladipupo, I can hear you people.
Ah, the phone is still on, oh. Yeah, off your mic.
If you see something, say something. Blow the whistle against IFF, illicit financial flow.
Mr. Driver, your vehicles and driver's license have expired and you are driving on the highway. This offense is punishable by the law. Tell your passengers to find another vehicle. Kia, quick.
Officer, I beg now. How you feel help me?
How will I help you? Your penalty is 3,000 for not having a valid vehicle license and 10,000 for not having a valid driver's license. In all, your total penalty is 13,000. Oh yeah, take your tickets.
Officer, we did this country together now. Please help me.
Okay, bring 8,000. Make I help you small.
8K, Nibo.
Take your tickets. Go and pay to the office. Now that see you now, you know you will find more offenses. See, your tires have expired. Your car is bent. I didn't even include those offenses before. If we take you to the mobile court, your fine will reach 50,000. Oh.
Officer, help me manage this 5-ish.
Just add something, make I help you. Because if my guy here like...
Stop it. Bribe giving or taking is corruption. It is one major channel of illicit financial flow. If you see something, say something.
The publication of the compendium, which has been sustained to date, is a research output which beams a spotlight on corruption cases that are pending in the Nigerian courts in order to help create awareness about corrupt-minded citizens. Some of the 100 high-profile corruption cases extracted by the compendium are highlighted as follows. The first case is that of Colonel Sambo Dasuki, the former National Security Advisor. He was arrested on 1st December 2015 on the allegation of diversion of $2.1 billion from funds meant for the war against terrorism. Colonel Dasuki is being tried before the court on 2 separate cases alongside other defenders. He denied any wrongdoing and he is yet to be convicted. Mr. Gabriel Suswan is a former governor of Benue State. He is standing trial in 3 cases pending before the Federal High Court in Abuja in an alleged diversion of 3.1 billion naira fraud on Police Reform and Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program Fund, SURE-P. Mr. Gabriel Suswan was allegedly involved in another 3-count charge of money laundering and illegal possession of firearms, on which he was arraigned on July 6, 2018 before Justice Babatunde Quadri. Another high-profile corruption case is that of Desiani Alison Madueke. Desiani Alison Madueke, a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, who has been accused of money laundering up to the tune of $20 billion. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had stated that the commission will do everything within its powers to ensure that the former Minister of Petroleum Resources is prosecuted.
I'm sure the tissue must be made with gold, if that's possible. There's a less
Confirmed.
Yes, no. She said the sockets as well. And this is real gold.
EFCC has also traced a number of criminal activities to the minister, ranging from abuse of office, bribery, fraud, misuse of public funds, and money laundering.
Peace be unto you here.
Peace be unto you too.
How is the work going? Hope you are almost done.
The work is moving on fine, but we still have a few more weeks to complete it.
As I can see here, they did not make some major connections and didn't label the wires well.
Supervisor, what are you saying? Let me see you outside.
What seems to be the problem, sir?
You are the problem.
Me?
You want to finish all the work. Which contract are we going to award next year? You don't know that we keep these things in the budget so we can keep awarding it every year. That's way all of us are making money.
I don't get it.
I mean, stop work and say you are finished. No one will know anything, and I will make sure the contracts are coming in. Just help me transfer my cut to this account in Jesse.
Stop now. I see what you are trying to do. You are among those spoiling this country. With your illicit financial flow, you and your Jesse accounts will land in EFCC's net.
Supervisor, I was only joking with you, my brother.
If you see something, say something.
Mohammed Bello Adoke is a former Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation. Peter Ayodele Fayose is a former governor of Ekiti State. He is standing trial in an alleged 1.8 billion naira money laundering charge. Chief Femi Fani Kayode, a former Minister of Aviation, who is currently standing trial alongside Mrs. Esther Nenadi Usman,